everyone, my name is Pritam and welcome to another video of the C programming playlist, and this is the pointer part 11. Okay, so in this video we are going to talk about function returning pointer. Okay, what is that? Function returning pointer. A function that returns a pointer. That means, like, what is the syntax of writing any function? Obviously it is something like return type, okay, and then function name and then the parameters, correct? So obviously this return type should be a pointer. Actually, that means this function will return a pointer, correct? That is the thing, right? The function will return a pointer. That's why it has to be a pointer. Pointer means what? Pointer means, obviously, it could be pointing to anything. It could be pointing to integer. If it is integer, then integer asterisk. It could be pointing to a float, then obviously pointing a float asterisk. Then it might be like character asterisk. Now you might be asking that what is this all about? Like function returning pointer. Okay, then what is the meaning of, like, for example, now, for example, integer asterisk, for example, func, and then for example some parameters. Okay, so what this function will return? This function will return a pointer. Okay, obviously pointer which is pointing to an integer. Okay, now the issue is, like, then what value exactly it will return, you may ask, correct? This kind of basic questions. What exactly pointer will contain? For example, it's a, it's p asterisk p, it is pointing to a, address is 100. What does it mean? Obviously this is having 100. That means this pointer, okay, will obviously return an address, correct? Will return an address. Now this address, obviously it is returning an address. Then obviously in main function there would be something which will store this address. What exactly will be there? Obviously it could be also a pointer, because an address can be stored inside a pointer only. Now what type of pointer? As it is returning an integer pointer, then obviously this pointer also should be an integer asterisk type. Got it? This has to be an integer asterisk type, right? It cannot be a float asterisk type. Why? Because while it will be giving an error. Okay, I already told you while starting the pointer, I told you that any integer pointer, like integer asterisk type pointer, like it has to be like you can reassign to any integer asterisk type only, same type only. Okay, you cannot do it with the float asterisk type, correct? So now, while returning a pointer, make sure that the memory address returned by the pointer will exist even after the termination of the function also. Okay, that is the thing. Now what will happen? Like, obviously, like, how would we actually represent it? Okay, for that, let's go for a code. I think you are understanding what I am trying to mean here, correct? Like, function returning pointer means what? This function will return a pointer, means what? It will return an address, obviously, and to store that one we need another pointer of the same type. Okay, so that is how we will do. Now what exactly, like, will be the like advantage? Okay, this will give you an advantage when you will be learning data structures. Okay, in the data structures, you, like, for example, any tree, okay, you might not know now, but yeah, in the data structure playlist you can check, you might have any linked list. Okay, there are a lot of advantages using all these things. Like, for example, this is the linked list. Okay, so once, like, we are doing any operation on all these things, we have to return the address of the first node. By that we can go for all the other things. You will not understand as of now, but as of now you got the thing, like, in real time programming, okay, when you will be implementing data structures, it is very much essential to return an address. And that's why in C programming, if you have to do it, you have to use function returning pointer. That's why actually I am teaching all these things. These are the things will not be asking, like, will not be needed so much, okay, in the interviews, but these are the basic, एकदम बेसिक चीज़ है जो तुमको पता होना चाहिए रिगार्डिंग सी प्रोग्रामिंग एज वेल एज सी प्लस प्लस में भी सेम चीज़ है. ओके, So you have to know all these things. Okay, in Python and Java, like we are returning the things, everything are getting done internally, okay, in Python, okay, or in another language, whereas in C, like we are using the raw notations, okay, so that we can understand how we can understand that it is a function returning pointer. For example, integer asterisk abc, integer a comma, for example, integer b. Okay, now let's leave these parameters as of now, it will complicate. Okay, so what exactly is happening? ABC is what? ABC is a function. Why we are writing here like a function we are taking here? Because obviously this one has higher precedence than this one. This is a unary operator and this is the bracket, so obviously it will have a higher precedence. That's why ABC is a function that is returning. Function, what does function do? Obviously it is returning it returns, so it will return a pointer. Which pointer is pointing to an integer? Okay, ABC is a function which returns a pointer to integer. That is how actually it should be. Okay, that's why. Okay, I will explain some more complicated some declarations as well at the end of the playlist of pointer. Okay, like in the ending part of the lecture, don't worry. So there we will explore many more things also. Okay, as of now, let's just start with this one. This is a basic. Next we will talk about more other concepts as well. Okay, so let's not waste time and go to coding, and let me make you understand that how it can be implemented. Okay, so here there is the code. Okay, here you can see that int fun, okay, integer asterisk p and integer n. As of now, this is the declaration. We do not need all these things. Okay, and but you can write, it's not a big deal. Okay, so it's not mandatory to write. Okay, that's why here integer main is there, n equal to 5, arr of 10. Okay, integer asterisk ptr equal to fun of arr comma n. So what is fun? Fun is nothing but a function which is returning a pointer, which pointer is pointing to an integer. Okay, that means a pointer will be returning, okay, which exactly will actually is pointing to an integer, and that one will be stored inside this one, in this ptr, so that this ptr can point to that value. Okay, that means what exactly in the iPad, if you could see, like here like for example this int asterisk fun of int star for example p n comma integer n. So what is going to happen, that this function is going to yield an integer value. Okay, and this value we will be storing inside the ptr of the main body. Okay, so exactly what is this? This is a point, this is an address of some value, which this function is yielding, and we are taking this address and giving it to that address so that it can point to this one. That means it can point to that external value from the main body. This is the function body, you are getting it? This is the main body, this is the function body. So this function body is yielding a value. For example, I'm just giving an example to make you understand, and we are not directly returning it. If you directly returning it, obviously it has to be stored. Then here also, like many things like it can also yield an entire array or multiple values also. It can yield anything. Okay, so this value we are not returning. What we are doing on a smart idea, that okay, we will directly, like this ptr will point to that value. So from main only we can directly access that element. That is the smarter decision. That's why function returning pointer. Now let's go to the coding. Okay, so ptr will receive that address, okay, from here, and after that we will print value of arr, then value of ptr, okay, and value of asterisk ptr as well. Okay, and then you will get to null. Okay, so here you will see, okay, let me do one thing. Let me put it here, \n. It will help. Okay, so here you can see that value of arr is 0, 0. Okay, let me do one thing, man. It's %d kar deta hu main. Okay, so that we get some integer value. Okay, errors warnings आएंगे, let's ignore them. Okay, so ARR में क्या है 5 1 2. Okay, and after that means it will like okay, so what we are returning n equal to 5, that means 5 we are sending here, that means p equal to p plus n, that means 5 bytes actually it will jump 5 into like 4. Okay, so 20, that means 12 plus 20 is 32. That's how the p value has been incremented. That's why ARR value is the older one, but PTR is the updated one, because PTR is storing the value which p was containing. Okay, returning p means what? That address value we are returning, right? That address, updated address value. Okay, that value we are returning and storing inside the PTR. Okay, so after that, like you could see PTR equal to PTR plus 6, that means the sixth element. Okay, like for example it could be 3, and what it would do, that it would point to 4, so you can see 4. For example it could be 8, so it will be pointing to 9. It could be 9 also. Okay, it could be pointing to 10. Now if I do it 10, obviously it will give you a garbage value. So that's why a garbage value has come here, but the address is same, you could see. Okay, 40, 4 into 10 is 40, address is coming nice. Okay, now if you like for example 11, what will happen? Obviously 11 to 44, that means you could see the, obviously this one like 56 plus 44 you could like add, and then you will get it. Okay, 656 plus 44, obviously 700, but there is a garbage value because we haven't assigned anything there. Okay, now for example, okay, PTR equal to this. No, now if you would write asterisk PTR equal to for example 13, PTR का address change हो गया ना, now it is 13, so you could see 13 has been coming up. It is aborting, that is a different thing, but any kind of like it's an the address where there previously it was a garbage value. Okay, if you could see here there is a garbage value, some garbage value is coming, we don't know from where it is coming, but now we are telling that no, after not only that, for example 1110. Okay, 1110, after 1110 for example what will happen, so you could see 872 and 3872 and 4312. If you like make the difference and divide by 1110, you will get the size of the integer, obviously, correct. Now here asterisk PTR equal to 0. Okay, asterisk PTR equal to 0. Now we are telling that no, it is not 0, it could be like for example 1301 for example. Okay, you could see here 1301 is coming up. So that is the power of pointer, that you could have the free hand to access all the memories. Okay, you can do anything, if you have the free hand. And that's why C++, actually the reason of like not using C and why using C++ to make an operating system, that's a different story, but using C++, even also using Rust, okay, you can have the entire memory of your operating system, like of your hardware, like just you got the free hand, you can do anything. In Python and Java you cannot do anything like this. Okay, the way we are like changing the addresses, assigning the values there. Okay, without having any variable we are assigning the values there and we are accessing it. So that is the power of pointer, which I was trying to mean at the starting of the pointer part. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, I hope you like the video. Please if you really like the video, please hit the like button for sure, because it makes it really needs some passion and hard work to create and explain all these things to you guys. Okay, so yeah, so in the next video we will talk about passing 1D array to the function, and there we will get to know other things as well, 1D array and 2D array, all of them we will talk about. Okay, then there are a lot of more topics. Okay, those who are new, I'm just telling, array of pointers, and also like many other like void pointers, call by reference, dynamic memory relation, many more important topics inside pointer. Like actually these are the pointer applications, okay, which I'm showing right now. The concept you got to know, now the applications I am explaining, okay, along with concepts. So these are the very crucial videos if you really want to make your hands dirty with C programming, guys. So that's what I'm saying again and again. Please hit the subscribe button and follow the playlist for sure. Okay, thank you so much and see you in the next video.